because they just don't feel safe. Okay, you said it, not me. But it's true. So it's not the patriarchy. No, the patriarchy is that you're like, shut the fuck up, cunt. Go to hell. Take your bitches out of my seat or something. That's how boys bond, okay? They love each other and they call each other cunts. And then women and feminized men come into the game and it's like, oh my god, you can't use the C word. You can't use the R word. You can't use the whatever word. And there's just like a word. The what? The feminized man. You know, like there are those men who are like very girly. They are either faking it because they wanna bang a hot leftist chick, or they are just so far gone that they can't do anything otherwise. The fanboys, no, don't bring the fanboys. The fanboys are based. I'm talking about the pussies, okay? The bitch ass man, the one who's the soy boys, the incels, okay? Actually, I don't think you're supposed to say that word. You know, the fanboys are based, okay? That's fine. Valorant has those as well. Everyone is a pussy. The twinks. It's not even the twinks, man. I don't think so. Male feminist closet, fill in the blank. I am like 99% sure that if you have like a male feminist who is like a male toxic feminist, they just wanna get laid. And they are just like trying so fucking hard. And it may or may not work. You know? I don't know. I actually don't like talking to people like that because we always start arguing. They're like, "Screw, you can't say that," and I'm like, "Why not? Why not? It's not a problem. No, I don't care. I don't care. Am I American? No, I don't care. Go into your non-gendered bathroom, okay, and do hairspray in your hair, you pussy. I don't care." I literally don't care. I piss in the grass like a good Christian girl, okay? I don't care. Yeah, say whatever you want. Listen, luckily I'm not in the UK, so we still have a little bit of free speech. It's an illusion. Surely not. Thanks for the tip. You're welcome. You're very welcome. You said fuck in the game, and I got so mad. I was like, this is ridiculous. I paid money for this game in case to say bad words. But the characters in game do. Yeah, bro. I'm sorry. You didn't say fuck. You said the F word, actually. And please be mindful of your surroundings. No cursing. Okay? Unless we are wishing death on our opposing enemies, right? Because then everything is fine. As long as you wish death on someone who you don't like, it's cool. But if you say the F word, the C word, or the R word, then it's not. Swearing in my... No. Do you think streamers watching now, if I call him a cunt, he will arrest me? Ooh? Who would? Starmers? Who's Starmers? I don't know that. Soon everyone will be filtered like Nero. I don't want to live in that future. The UK PM. Bro, don't say shit about the UK PM because they are gonna put you into jail and your butthole is going to widen 2 inches. It's not worth it.
I was kicked out of a guild in WoW for saying pussy. Ekant.
Of World of Warcraft? You mean like the sweaty, grindy game where all the non-showered Reddit mods live? And you couldn't say pussy? Honestly, they did you a favor. If you can't say pussy in your guild chat, do you really want to belong to a guild chat like that? I don't think so. I don't think so. I wouldn't want to be. They did you a favor, dude. That's absolute soy energy. The soyness is off the walls. What a pussy guild. Yeah, but this... Oh, dude, this is so sad. I hate it actually that you're not allowed to say anything. Like, that you have to say that it's the whatever word. And it's like, bro. Soy is all over the walls. Bro, it's so sad. I was just thinking that the last time we watched... I didn't watch political videos from Shoe. because I wasn't sure what like it feels like. But the last video was actually really good, and I saw that this was like highly regarded, and I don't mean the other word. I actually mean highly regarded. So I was thinking, perhaps we will get a little bit of enlightenment why the males are moving right and not left. You know, you're also highly regarded. You're my favorite little highly regarded person. I am learning. I am absolutely learning. Can I just say that I really hated that, like, you have to belong into these two categories, like you're either left or right. I feel like so many people think, okay, the non-right people think that if you don't 100% agree with everything what the left does, you're hardcore right-wing. And I actually find it offensive. Hey, Doug, it's like, I don't have to be fully right-wing or hardcore right-wing just to see that you're an idiot. And you're like an echo chamber. Like, I can like things from the left and I can like things from the right, and I can make up my own mind without just like being like, oh yeah, I'm into this and that. I'm center. Dude, I think people don't accept it that someone can be center. They just don't. We have two hands for a reason. Hey, what about your third leg? Bro, the respect. What do you mean? If you're center, you could call the fence sitter. My question to those people is that how dare you talk to me? That's what you have to tell them. How dare you? Who are you to talk to me? Do not address me. You're a literal who. That's what you have to tell them. Trust me, bro. Yeah, how dare you, sir? You know, I have a feeling if you would say that, how dare you, sir, to those people, they would get offended. because chances are that they would get offended about that. But I'm just saying.
And happy 1-year anniversary to my male loneliness epidemic video. I'm happy to announce that since that video uploaded, the discourse has greatly improved. People all around the world are taking men's issues more seriously.
So we solved the man's loneliness, right, lads? There are no more men loneliness. There are no more men. There is no more loneliness. We solved that. Everything is fixed. We did? Yes, of course. When? Just now. Yeah, real. We did it! Hooray! Why didn't I get the memo? Oh. What do you mean? Well, I'm not, but I'm married. See, there you go. That fella is married over there. No more loneliness. He got his government-appointed wife, as it should be.
And the gender war has finally come to an end.
See, the gender war has finally come to an end. Finally, women are not hating on men. We appreciate what men do. We appreciate their input, their opinions, their knowledge, their support, all of this, right? Right? We also don't have any words. No, it was fake news. Sure it has. No. Our superiority... Okay, listen. A man can never be superior to a woman. You will literally go to the fridge, open it, look for something, and if there is a jar of peanut butter or whatever in front of it, you will not see it. You cannot be superior if you cannot actually find shit, okay? I'm sorry. How about we settle for an equal? How about I will be like, ooh, how about we settle for a solid equality? Okay? Can we do that? Peanut butter in the fridge, you can put, listen, there are worse places to put peanut butter, right?
Just kidding, everything has gotten worse and nobody has learned anything.
Oh.
From the witches on The View cackling about how men are useless.
Oh, we watched this video.
Men?
Ah, we watched this. Oh, this miserable C words.
Men are useless. I mean...
To women...
We all know, except for gay men, because gay men are good for gossiping. That is their only value, according to the lady in the red. Every man is useless, except for gays, because slay the patriarchy with gossip.
online saying they'd rather be stranded in the woods with a bear than a man.
Would you rather be stuck in a forest with a man or a bear?
I am like 99% sure that those people who said the bear, they were just in their Baldur's Gate era and they just really wanted to fuck the druid guy. They were like, Halsin, baby girl, the bear. Yeah. You said bear. I did not say a bear. Bro, are you joking? If I could be stuck in a forest with a man or a bear, bears know how to climb trees. Are you joking? I don't... Chances are that I do too. I'm not afraid. Men don't. Less chance, okay? The bears are scarier. I don't think... I can climb trees too. And what you gonna do, huh? Huh?
The bear. Bear.
It seems that things have gotten more toxic than ever, and the gender divide couldn't be any wider, especially politically.
In 2008, 58% of young...
I'm not allowed to say it. I'm not allowed to say it, but if hypothetically I would be allowed to say it, and here comes, this will be a joke, sarcasm, satire. Did you guys really have to give the rights to women to vote? This is on you. This is your fault. The patriarchy allowed us to vote. This is on you. My bad. You cannot take it back. It's on you, my bro. You fucked it up. It was an error. You fucked up. You fumbled. The greatest fumble in the entire... Yeah, it's a joke. I don't want to see it in YouTube comments that, oh my god, you can't say that. I can. I don't care. It was a joke. Learn to take it.
Young people lean Democratic. 2012, 53%. And in the last two major election years, that percentage held steady at 55%. But in 2023, that number dipped below 50% for the first time since 2005. And you'll notice right here, they've started to lean more Republican. And that's partly because of one specific group.
Oh, so there are right-wing ladies, I suppose. He said, oh my god, dude, the discrepancy. You know, I wonder why. Why? I actually understand why men would vote right-wing, right? Because they probably just hate being called the worst thing ever known to mankind. But why do women love voting for the left? I am actually not sure. You know? All these communist wannabes never experienced actual communism. Well, of course, but emotionally driven. You think that the campaign of the left is always more emotional? Is that why? Because they are queen. The left offers them things. What do they offer? The left supports female supremacy. Does it really? You know, like, you say that it supports female supremacy, but I would like to point out, like, you know, there was that case just recently that they stripped an award from a trans lady's swimmer thingy, and like the girls got it. Or like when you have all these sports and like in the female finals you have two trans ladies against each other, and that's, I don't want to be like that, but that's kind of not supporting females anymore, perhaps. I don't know. I think I would be upset if I would train in my entire life and there is like a person who wasn't born exactly like me, but now they are like me, and then they would be like, yeah, actually, and punch me in the face and my teeth falls out, and they are just clearly superior than to me, and I'm like, wow, what a lovely day to be female. So, you know.
Young men.
Okay, I know I said I was going to focus on the gender war and not talk about...
Jeez, nearly like biology is a thing. Can I say a very tiny ramble about this problem and why? I'm going to be honest with you. I have nothing, no ill will about for trans people. May it be a trans woman or a trans guy, whatever you want to do, whatever swing. As long as you're happy and healthy, you do you, right? You go. But what I hate is when they start pretending. Like, personally, I suffer from a condition called PCOS, and that's polycystic ovarian syndrome. And as much as a trans lady may it be sexy, fat ass, big boobs, that person will never experience that because they basically don't have the right organs, right? And there are so many times when I see articles and there are like trans women are complaining about PCOS. My love, you don't have ovaries. You cannot have PCOS. Please stop. And they're like, oh, I have been taking this supplement, that supplement, that supplement. Please don't. You're spreading misinformation and it doesn't do anything for you because, my love, you have no ovaries. Just, no. We love you, but please don't. Just transplant the organs. Bro, you can't. Hear me out. You cannot just steal random ovaries, you know, to transplant them. I'm like 99% sure you cannot just like yoink it, you know? Yeah, it does not work like that. Maybe in the future, technology will be so good that you will be actually able to. I think that would be amazing. But till then, you may not. Can you rent them though? Don't think so. I yoink your ovaries? Do not. Feels like a challenge? Do not. This is how the black market is starting to thrive, okay?
Politics for a while.
Yeah.
However, I found a loophole. Politics is talking about gender war. With this election being hailed by the media as the man versus woman election, according to any and all data coming out recently.
These are... What happened in South Korea? Wait, what is this? The wide ideology gap is opening up between young men. Oh my god! What do the men think in Korea? Oh, let me guess. They are just like, go back to the kitchen and women are like, no. Bruh. South Korea is cooked. Not gonna lie. South Korea and also Japan. It's just, Japan is cooked in a different way, but they are also cooked. We are all cooked, but they are especially cooked. Like, they are like high heat cooked and we are like low to medium heat cooked. Yeah, just a little bit. It's very sad, actually. I blame the government for it. Because so many, like, I think the biggest problem for women in South Korea is that, for example, they are still expected to work, but also raise the children, but also clean the house and also do everything. Meanwhile, men are going out to drinking and they just have to do their job and whatever. But they also don't support women on maternity leave. You don't pay for that shit. It's like, bruh. You know, I want you to know that one day in the future, people will actually figure out how to give men ovaries and how to give you uterus, and you will get pregnant and you're going to be like, oh, this is not what I wanted. Oh, I don't want it. It's too bad, bucko. It's coming.
Recently, men all around the world have shifted more right, and women have shifted more left. But women going more left was not the focus of this month's outrage. The outrage, of course, was about men. That's right, we got our yearly, oh no, what is happening to men? Why are they moving to the right? Freak out.
Nice.
But unlike last year, this
There
freak
has
out is
actually already been a successful experiment with that.
Really? No way. They transplanted like female organs into a man? It's a stupid question, but does a male body have enough space like within your body, or like do they just like make space for it, or how does it work? It does? No? I guess we will just have to see. We will just listen. Do you need two lungs? Do you really need it? Do you need that big fat liver? We can just chop it in half. It's alright. Just don't drink. Easy.
Isn't solely happening on the internet, no. It's also happening in Washington, D.C.
There are only 46 days until Election Day, and the Harris-Walz campaign is struggling to appeal to a group of voters that could determine the outcome of the election, and that is men.
The Harris campaign is making an aggressive last-minute effort to win over...
I actually remember this. I remember, and I'm just going to tell you what I read. I will not tell you what it actually happened, but what I read on the internet. that apparently like the Kamala Harris campaign was like, yeah, man, boo, 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 boo. And then the numbers started to come back and they were like, ooh, wait, we might need man. And then they were like, yeah, we love man in like the last few days. And they were just like, why don't we get the male votes? I don't get it.
Younger male voters.
Am I really gonna make a video criticizing the Democrat Party days before
Yeah, the white is for Harris. Yeah, let's go.
the election? Of course I am. Now, before you celebrate or grab your pitchforks, this is not a pro-Trump video. This is a do better video. This is a mommy's not mad, she's disappointed video.
Mommy?
Actually, I lied. Mommy's pretty mad. In this video, I am going to be addressing the Democrats' so-called man problem, the recent discourse about men moving right,
You know what's sad? I think there is a lot of great points in the quote-unquote leftist agenda, and they could do so many great things with this one simple trick. It's called don't hate white men. That's it. Or just like don't hate men in general, because you know, like just don't hate men, period. With this simple trick, impossible. No, hear me out. If they would soften on the hatred of literally half of the population, it would be so great. Careful, they are gonna call you the German word. Katze? Oh no, the German word. Oh, the other. I'm retarded, I'm sorry. I was thinking about that they were calling me a cat in German. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I know what you mean now. Okay, it clicked. Sorry, yeah. But yeah, because like sorry, yeah. But I think there is actually so many good things about like the leftist thing, and it's like really I bet that so many people doesn't want to vote them because they are like, I don't want to be hated. I don't want to be blamed. Like they might not even agree with the opposing side. They are just like, I simply don't want to be hated. And that's it. That's why I will vote to the other side. Or they just don't vote at all.
Last-minute pandering the Democratic Party is doing to get them back, what they could be doing instead, and of course going over some terrible opinions. Not my opinions. I have never had a bad opinion in my life.
True.
Except that one opinion.
Which one?
We don't talk about that one opinion.
Which one? Is it something I don't know about? What do I not know about?
World where it seems like everything men do and like is toxic, from eating meat to working.
Wait, eating meat? What's wrong? Meat consumption feeds on toxic masculinity. What? Eat what? 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 Eat what? Why? What? Why? But who comes up with this bullshit? Just Jasmine. I bet she is vegan, okay? How is eating meat is toxic masculinity? It's so stupid. It's a rage bait. I want to believe it that it's a rage bait, but I just don't think so, man. You're now toxic. I am hiding that big slab of meat that I prepared yesterday. It's absolutely divine. I want you to know I had it for lunch, and it's the best shit I have ever had. But I am definitely hiding it.
To working out to even...
Wait, what was that? Sorry. How gym bro culture is harming young men? Oh, yeah. How could you have muscles? How could you be in shape? Why...
Even having...
Why men with beards are sexist? You know, the next article is going to be why men with penises are sexist. And why men with penises are misogynists. That's gonna be it. God, yeah. I'm writing the next article.
Being a beard. Oh wait, that reminds me. Before we get into this video, let's quickly give a shout out to today's video sponsor, Henson Shaving.
No.
If you've used a multi-blade
Are you
razor...
carrying the men again? You will
Yes.
get buffs to subscribe
I am
steppies.
carrying Big Smash. Bro, her with glasses. One sec. I will bring something to drink and you watch the ad.
You're probably familiar with this story. Irritation, razor burns, and maybe even ingrown hair. Studies show 2/3 of men experience some form of irritation after shaving. It's something they just expect at this point. They deal with overpriced blades, irritated skin, and think that's just the way it has to be.
Ow.
Until now. Henson Shaving is on a mission to improve shaving with
back
real
with
innovation
shaving.
and a focus on your skin's health. Their razors are made with solid aluminum, making
was
them not only
shaving my
durable, but
vagina.
environmentally friendly too. There's no plastic involved at all, even in the packaging.
Is it the
and the blades
vagina?
are fully recyclable. What really sets Henson apart is their engineering, with their Henson AL13 safety razor being manufactured in
Beautiful. Oh my god. I need someone to open this for me. No, it's okay. I got it. Independent female. Let's go.
an aerospace machine shop that built parts for the International Space Station. This
Forgive me, Shoe. I'm going to sin. Sinning. Don't tell her. Don't tell her. Don't tell her.
right? And now,
Right? Don't tell her.
let's get back to the video.
Secret.
If you are a regular viewer to the Shoe0nHead channel, first of all, I'm sorry. But also, you know by now, I have been documenting the internet and society in general's growing and widely accepted hatred of men.
She's talking about us, lads. Yep. Oopsie, yeah.
This has been happening for a very long time. And if you dare spoke up about it, you were called an incel or a pick-me, depending on your gender. But seemingly, almost out of nowhere, there has been a change of heart.
You know, I think men are in crisis, actually, in this country. I think that plays out different ways, but I think we need to have a real conversation about that.
Wow.
Lads, are you guys in crisis? You think? No, are you in crisis? Can you tell me? Yes? Are you a pick me? Yes. Oh my god. Pick me, pick me, pick me. Stupid. The lads in Eastern Europe? Nope. The game? No. In crisis too? No.
Wow, that's interesting. Mainstream media talking about this? I wonder why
believe.
they care so much now.
Democrats fear Harris losing too many male voters to Trump.
Oh no. You know what I find eternally amusing? That this is the second chance that the Americans almost got a female president. And they had a really good chance because they had to run against Trump. It's just both times the women were so unlikable that the guys were literally like, ew. And they just voted for Trump instead. It was literally not hard. Just don't be a cunt. And they just couldn't stop being a cunt.
Oh. Signs
Yeah.
have been mounting that, for the first time in recent decades, Democrats may lose majority support from young men in 2024. The risk to Democrats is that this is not just a one-time fluke, but an indication of growing trouble with men in coming elections. Democrats can celebrate the support they are getting from young women.
Why do you not want to vote for someone who will tell you that they hate you and everything is your fault and everything that you do is bad and you are also a second-class citizen and you're the worst thing ever happening and they wish that your mother would have been pro-choice? Huh? Why not? Why don't you want this? Why would you not vote for this? Huh? Why not?
But they also need to take the
Why
disaffection
not?
of young men seriously, engage them directly, and respond to the visions of manhood and masculinity that Donald Trump and JD Vance are offering. Alright, Kamala, you got 2 weeks to reverse anti-male
I'm still traumatized by the JD Vance meme. Every time I close my eyes, I see his face staring back at me. Thank you. I hate it.
propaganda and resentment fueled by our government, media, and institutions. How you gonna do it? Harris campaign creating space for white dudes.
Space. You know what this means? I will translate this for you. This means we didn't include you, but now we need you because the numbers don't add up. So you will get a tiny dusty corner. But as soon as we will win, we will kick you out again and we will don't give two shits about you. That's what it means.
Oh, that's a great idea. I mean, a little too late, but I'm glad you're finally doing to be honest about role in history. Oh. It's always a space for white men to talk about how much they suck.
What made you start this group, White Dudes for Harris? And I suspect some of...
Is that a Redditor? I think that's hereditary. I am like 99%. This is if I close my eyes and you would say, Scoot, imagine a Discord or a Reddit moderator, and I'm just like imagining the Genshin Impact subreddit and the moderators who flagged my bikini art as NSFW. This is how I imagine the moderator to be. Yeah.
If it has to do with the polling.
Yeah, for far too long, the left has essentially ceded white men to the MAGA right. There's large parts of the left who have gone out of their way to alienate white men over the last couple of years. And that's understandable in many ways. We decided that we wanted to create space for white men.
Do you think he knows that he's also a white man? Or should we tell him? Or do you think we should just... No, we shouldn't. I doubt he has a mirror. It's okay. We don't have to tell him. It's okay.
And to be a part of electing Vice President Harris.
At the top of the call, White Dudes for Harris organizer Ross Morales Roquito said he wanted to address what he called the elephant in the room, criticism surrounding an event organized for white men given the country's history of...
I'm sorry, can I just say something funny that is like absolutely hilarious to me as an outside person? So like knowing how America came to be, the fact that white men who are like, let's be real, funded the entire country in one way or another, it's a little bit funny to me. It's like, you know, especially when they say that, oh, because what are men for? They are useless. They are not good at anything. And it's just like, yeah, it's amusing. I love it. It's amazing. Most Americans don't even know our own history and purpose. It's a long problem. Yeah, you guys have a very unique way of doing education in schools, not gonna lie. But still...
Racism. A lot of people felt uncomfortable about the call, he said.
You know what this is? This is high school. It's like when you have the cool kids who are like the bullies and they are like, ooh, should we include like the weird like gamers? Ooh, like do we have to? Oh, it's like they're a little bit uncomfortable, but
Throughout American history, when white men organized, it was often with pointy hats on. They can't even have their gay little Zoom call where they circle jerk about hating themselves without their own movement going, yikes! A bunch of white males in one space? Seems kind of like the KKK. Black people can have their little groups and that's fine, but if a bunch of white people get together, well, that's just called BreadTube.
Oh.
Never mind. White Dudes for Harris. I mean, she's doing pretty bad with Latinos, too. What's next? Hombres con Harris?
That wasn't a joke. That was actually a thing. I did not expect that. I was like, ha ha, but that was actually a thing. Okay. Wow. That's just sad. Ay, caramba. That's actually sad. I am so happy that they didn't fall for it. Like sometimes it's hard to get lost in these sort of things, but I'm so happy that they weren't like, you know what? Maybe she does care. Maybe I will give her a chance. No, they were like, nah.
Oh. So basically, men are leaving the Democratic Party in droves, and it's not looking too good for the Democrats. So it wasn't long until everyone's favorite discourse hit Twitter again. If Kamala loses, which is very possible, there needs to be a real discussion about how Democrats speak to and reach young men. If Kamala loses. If she wins, there doesn't have to be a discussion. We shouldn't change anything. Clearly, we're doing everything right. To be clear, I'm not saying we need to worry about women less or change any positions. I'm saying the polling around young men is concerning, and if it turns out to be true, we need to have a discussion about how condescending we are coming off to a huge part of the electorate. To be clear, I'm not saying we have to change anything, I'm just wondering why men aren't voting for us.
No, honestly, he had to write it. I think he wrote the tweet very good. Because it was not triggering to the left. You know how they are so sensitive all the time. So he was like, if and maybe, and perhaps he was like very polite, but he's absolutely right. It's not normal that a country hates half of their population. It's just not real. I know that women and like many people think that they can live without a man, but I just wish they would realize that it's not man that they have to be afraid of and that they have to hate. But like, instead of all those millionaires, the corporations who are like flooding your waters and killing off the planet and the rainforest and whatever, you know, or like, you know, those corporations who constantly pollute your food and you will get cancer, you know, like basically all of the big corporations who are producing your food and it's all full of microplastics that will get you a certain condition. Yeah.
Gross. What? I am gonna regret posting this so.
I bet that he regretted, because despite him saying it very softly, I already feel it. Oh my god, no, we do not need the man. They are useless. I hope that they will just get isekai shrugged, all of them. You know, I would actually love to see a simulation where we would remove all Republican men. Just they would cease to exist. You know what? We will take all the Republican women too. Everyone who is right-wing, we will remove it. And we will have a simulated society based off of just Democrats. And I want to see how quickly a war will erupt. Will they actually have a beautiful utopia where everyone will work together? Or will it be that perhaps a certain group of people will become more dominating and screechy? Literally 5 minutes until a world war. I would love to see it. I wish we could run simulations like this with like AI. Like take all the internet opinions and simulate a society. How would it work and how quickly would people nuke each other?
So hard. And oh boy did he. The replies were insane, to say the least. I must admit, I cringed reading most of this.
Ideological segregation, let's go.
Let's go!
I feel that one thing you didn't address is the systemic entitlement bestowed upon white men in the US.
I'm sorry, are you feeling entitled, lads? Are you feeling that great privilege? That like you were born and they were like, this is your privilege blanket. That's what it is. Women are evil and mean. I think you shouldn't generalize. There are evil and mean in women and men equally. I know, it's scary, but let's just say that a certain group of people may or may not be louder than the others.
That sense of entitlement, that privilege they felt for eternity, is eroding. Systemic entitlement they have felt for eternity? They're like 22 years old. The f do you mean eternity? Who is this like 200-year-old man? So young men are snowflakes with hurt fifis because they're not the center of attention anymore. God.
I hate it when people are like this. These are the kind of people who will get offended that you didn't buy Dragon Age the Veilguard and now the company is shutting down. But if you say that, oh, all men are useless and someone is like, hey, wait a second, maybe you shouldn't say that, then it's too much. Or conquered, yeah, of course.
Got it. So are they poor little snowflakes, boo-hoo, or are they scary fascists that are gonna turn America into the Handmaid's Tale? Because they can't be both. You either care about the future, or you don't. You cannot simultaneously hand-wave away men moving to fascism, but also fearmonger about it.
Can I ask a naive question? And it will be a naive question. Was it always this bad? The race/gender war? Or is this just louder because of the internet? No? Because I could have sworn that we had times when it was like perfectly fine. Everything. Like, I remember when like, you know, like, for example, great example, the Blade movie, right? With Wesley Snipes. It was a black protagonist and everyone thought it's the best, coolest shit ever. And it wasn't DEI. It didn't felt like DEI. No one hated on it. Men were poggies, women were poggies. And now we have all this weird unnecessary problem that we never had before. COVID made 100%. I am not. I think COVID amplified it, but I think it started a little bit earlier than COVID. It started with MySpace. Oh God. It started in 2012. What happened in 2012? There's a leaked CIA document about it. Is there? I think it started in 2016. What happened around that time? A Carentocracy. The world ended. Is it Harambe? I remember when Harambe died and everything started to go bad. Is it because of Harambe? Yeah, I think it might be Harambe. Bro, we have to go back in time. We have to fix it.
Hi, man here. Maybe men just need to stop being absolute pieces of dog shit. It seems like the easiest thing to do.
Yeah? Solid point? Have you guys just considered not being an utter piece of garbage? Have you? Hey, yeah! Don't tell me what to do. I'm actually baffled when there are people who write comments like this. Like, do these people not have a father, a brother, an uncle, a classmate, a best friend who is a guy? Like, how can you generalize so hardcore in with such a strong and toxic opinion that you just like, oh, they are absolute dog shit? Hell no, they don't. They must have any sort of male representation in their life that they don't hate. It's everybody about them. These people don't have self-awareness. Well, but they think their father are the problem too. That's just sad. I really do think that that's just depressing. I think that this is brainwash. It's almost like a cult. I don't want to be like that, but it's really like a cult. Like, they are constantly showing where they belong with like certain iconography, and if you're not with them, then you're against them, and there is no in between. I think that's the scariest, that you literally cannot be neutral, because if you're neutral, then you belong to the enemy, and I find that scary.
Right? I don't feel alienated or uncomfortable with democratic messaging because I'm not a complete wannabe fascist cheese dick incel loser who thinks he's the good guy.
Cheese dick? I bet she has a high body count. That was my very first thing. You would only bring up cheese dick if you would be the kind of person who goes out a date and gives a BJ automatically. And then the person doesn't call you back and it's like, oh my God, all men are trash. But also, just give it to me, daddy. And it's just like on the first date, you're already having sex. That's my opinion.
Reddit and its consequences have been a disaster for the male race.
Oh no.
They just need to get off their asses, stop playing video games, and get real jobs.
Hey! Shut up. They just remastered Oblivion. What the fuck you mean?
First of all, what real jobs? These guys are coming out of college with useless diplomas and there are no jobs.
They made Oblivion Vogue? Okay. They just put genders into it! Hello! Oh, sorry. Hello! Hello! Go piss my queen! Oh no, this is going to sound funny, but on the video. Hello! Good morning. We were just discussing whether the men are the problem, and it is always, so yes. Love you too. Thank you for the raid.
Also, what an out-of-touch boomer-ass take. Get off your ass and stop playing those video games from the generation who watches TV 24/7. I don't want to hear it. Tell them to get therapy. Tell them whatever you told or gave to women in the 1950s. They made this bed. Let them sleep alone in it. Or
listen. No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna be a good
better
girl.
Men. Any other group of people and it's, oh, boo-hoo, poor baby. Let me rewire all.
I kind of want you to say it. No, it's just like, listen, let's give the 9, you know, My first thought was that we can give the 1950s treatment what they give to women to men, but then we will revoke your voting rights and then the men will still be winning. But also my second thought, other than the hee and the ha, it was that, isn't it sad that people who have been clearly born after the 2000s are wishing harm and pain upon people who were clearly born above the 2000s. So it's like you had nothing to do with what men did in 1950. You weren't alive. Hey, Alana! But they actually were not alive, and they still want you to suffer just because for funsies.
All of society so your feelings aren't hurt. And then with men, it's get therapy. Be better. While there is truth in messaging needs to be better.
I was alive then. It's true. I was alive. I was pushing my 57th birthday in 1950. We had a nice party. Then we lobotomized a few chicks who were having some hysteria. I mean, did you know that when women used to be moody, they had to go to the doctors in 1950s and they got fingered? Like, that was their medication. They literally got like a little bit of yeah, and they got better. Yeah, wild times, you know. So it could be worse. Could be worse.
From Democrats as a whole, I reject that telling young men they need to be better is the problem. They are trash in their nature, and if they can't do the work to not be toxic waste of seed, that's on them.
Toxic waste of... Bro, why does he have to bring the cum sucks into this? Toxic waste of seed? Bruh. Take your soul. My cum suck. Lads, it is time to watch the cum suck. It's too hard. It's crackling. This is how I'm going to refer to men from now on. They are just seed havers. You dirty seed haver.
Them. Vote for my team, by the way. We may not want to hear it, but this is what the data reflects. There is a massive loneliness epidemic in this country, which is disproportional.
It's not true. We made that one up. All men are actually very happy because they just have their seeds. Did you know that if a man is very lonely, then all they have to do is put their beautiful human seed into water and there will be little creatures hatching from it so he can never be lonely? It's like the sea monkeys, but it's like you are the sea monkey. And then you have a lot of mini you in that cup of water. And when you're tired of it, you just flush it down the toilet and you can restart it. Yeah, it's your little friend. It has the body of a tiny fish, but your face. Don't spill our secret. Sorry. Yeah, no, never mind.
Really affecting men. Instead of calling them incels or mocking them, we should be willing to hear out their concerns. Wow, a surprisingly good tweet in a sea of bullshit. That's nice to see. I could be wrong, but I'm assuming you're a straight white man, so yeah, go do something about it. Why are you guys bothering the rest of us with this? I can't figure it out. Because I would like for Democrats to win the election. Why do you care about men suffering? Because I want to win the election. Amazing.
I started to watch a TV show called American Gods, and I'm still very much into the beginning, but there was a part that made me think. One of the episodes started out with like a slave ship, and I guess one of the gods was talking to the black people, and they were saying that, you know, this will happen in your future, it's going to suck ass, and you will suffer. So instead of suffering... Thank you, Mauser! So instead of suffering, why don't you go up to the boat and you just kill every Dutch people, because it was Dutch people who were having the boat. Why don't you just kill them? And why don't you set them on fire? And there was one guy who was asking, but if you set the boat on fire, won't we all die? And the guy was like, well, yes, but it's better than suffering and having this shitty future. And I really think that that's the most leftist thing to do. They could have actually grabbed the quote-unquote the white man's attention before the elections, but they were like, you know what, we will just burn everything. We are willing to not win just so that we don't have to deal with those people. That's how I feel like. That was my very first thought, that, oh my god, this is the current times. Amazing series, by the way.
This is the issue right here.
We are willing to not win. Oh, shut up.
Start seeing men as people and not numbers in polls. That is step one. You can't even do step one. Anyway, there were thousands of these kind of tweets in response to this guy. You get it. We've seen it all before. If I went through all of them, this video would be 3 hours long. White Dudes for Harris wasn't the only strange attempt the Democrats threw out at the...
I'm gonna be honest, the Latin Americans for Harris, the ay caramba for Harris was weird. I can imagine all the Latin Americans, and like Kamala Harris goes up and says, "Welcome, my fellow Latinx people," and they are just all like, pitchforks out. What did you just say? Pitchforks out.
Last second to get the male vote.
Hey, white dudes. So I think we're all pretty sick of hearing how much we suck. Every time you go online, it's the same story. We're the problem. And yeah, some white dudes are. Trump and all his MAGA buddies are out there making...
You know who's the problem? This guy. This guy is haunting my nightmares. I hate that meme. Please erase that. Please ban this man. Get him off my head.
And it worse.
Help me.
Are you
39 years chill bongo tap.
Hey Sunil, the Vans meme. Bro, it's haunting me every time. I just look at anywhere, all I see is JD Vance staring at me with those puffed up, blushing cheeks. Cheeks? And that eyes. It hurts. I hate it.
Kidding me? Years of these people saying men suck and are the problem, and now they're like, hey fellow men, are you sick of being told you suck and are the problem? The audacity! Apparently, Kamala Harris has a secret weapon to win over male voters.
God, I hope it's an OnlyFans. Was it an OnlyFans? I need to know. Some people might be into that, honestly. No? Here? No, bro, I think that could have worked. Every voter gets a free titty pic from Kamala.
Kamala Harris is turning to...
Oh God, I don't want a titty pic from her. No. Oh, no, I don't.
To her running mate, Tim Walz, hoping he is the secret weapon who can chip away at Donald Trump's support from men.
Much like how Trump chose Pence to win over the more establishment Republican voters, Kamala seems to have chosen Tim Walz to...
Oh, was this the... You know, the second player in Kamala's Mario Kart? Is this who's supposed to be the vice pres?
Try and win over the white male vote. And boy, are they trying. Now, I don't hate Tim Walz.
Did it work?
In fact, I was pleasantly surprised when they chose him over Josh Shapiro. I like a lot of his policies, like his universal school lunch policy. That's an amazing policy. You'd have to be an insane freak to disagree with that. Or a libertarian. But I repeat myself. And there were a few times where he was speaking where I completely forgot he was running to be Kamala's VP and not president himself. And he actually brought a lot of energy to the Democratic stage for once. So what the f was this? Putting out a bunch of ads of Tim Walz changing the air filter in a car,
Wait, a white man doing manly things? Is that even allowed? Wait, can we afford that in this economy? Ooh, I don't know. Maybe that's why he didn't win. Ain't no way. Dude, he's doing things like tinkering with the car and shooting and hunting. Ooh. That's not very... Yeah, that's not very left of him. I don't know. I don't know, buddy.
Easily shooting a gun and drawing a political football play-by-play. Trotting out Walz like some kind of minstrel show of a white man. Like a man dressing up like a man for Halloween. You don't gotta do all this, bro, I promise you. And they don't shy away about how that's exactly what they are trying to do. Tim Walz is clearly a Midwest man's man, but he's the antidote to toxic MAGA masculinity. Despite his typically masculine resume as a Midwestern football coach and veteran, Walz is utilizing those qualities to push forward a more progressive, compassion-based form of masculinity.
Compassion-based? It's like, you know, he's not carbon-based, he's compassion-based. He's different. He's not like the other guys. He's a pick-me. Oh my god, did we get the first white dude who is a pick-me? Oh my god, he is special. Oh my god. That's beautiful. I always wanted to call a guy pick me. He is.
Part of being a vice president is understanding that you are just that, someone who is there to aid and support the president. Walz simply being there on the ticket with a woman and taking a back seat to his running mate, Vice President Kamala Harris, is him embracing his leadership role in a positive, masculine way.
I bet that he gets his wife to step on him too, which is based, but like with bare feet. It's just like, sit on me, my queen. Ugh.
Football coach and cheerleader, how Tim Walz is defining masculinity. Amy Deal, a sexism researcher.
Oh no, bro! Why do we allow people to have these ridiculous titles? Sexism researcher. I don't believe her. I don't trust her.
And author of the 2023 book Glass Walls, told USA Today that men like Walz who are intentional about rejecting traits and beliefs commonly dubbed as toxic masculinity are the tonic to harmful stigma associated with expectations of men and boys.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think these people know what toxic masculinity is anymore. Because if, let's say there would be like Trump's homeboy would go to fishing or shooting something in a MAGA hat, they would be like, oh my god, that's toxic masculinity. But if this guy does it, then it's like, oh my god, it's so refreshing. He's like a fresh, crisp tonic water to my soul.
He shows you can be masculine, but also not threatened by women as equals or women who are in positions of power. In fact, you can be cheerleaders for them. No.
It's so humiliating. Why? Is it just me that it sounds so humiliating that, oh my god, he's not afraid of her. He is cheerleading like, he's a cock. I don't think he's a cock. I actually think that he probably believed in Kamala Harris and he was like, you know what? I will support you. I will give my best and we will win this together. But like, they actually write this article like he would be a beta cock. That like Kamala Harris, after winning the election, would go to his home, have sex with his wife, and he would sit in the cock chair and say thank you and goodbye, ma'am. After she's done. That's how the article makes it seem like.
Notice the common theme here. Taking a back seat. Cheerleading. Like 5 different articles I read specifically use this word cheerleading. Even a few about Kamala Harris's husband, Doug. God knows we need an antidote for all the lousy men in the news, and I think I found one. A lovable goofball who is happy to cheerlead.
I'm sorry. Can I just... You know, she kinda looks like the type of ladies we watch videos about. You know, when they are like, oh, I am above 40. Where did all the good men gone? I am so lonely. No one wants to date me. Why does no one want to date me? I'm such a good person. I am so lonely. But also, my body count is above 300.
God knows we need an antidote for all the lousy men in the news, and I think I found one.
Do you think these people have husbands? And if they do have husbands, do you think they read these articles and they think that, oh my god, my wife actually hates me? Nope. Nor. Because if hypothetically I would be married to this lady and I would read this article, I would be like, she hates me.
Hello, Skusk Chalets go.
No, they have cheerleaders? Oh.
A lovable goofball who is happy to cheerlead for his wife.
Bro, that's so emasculating. He's literally like, he's a lovable goofball. He's a puppy. You can give him little back scratchies. And he is very nice. He doesn't want power. He doesn't want to do all the manly things. He will open the door for you.
The Vice President of the U.S. Thank God for Doug Emhoff. Successful guys can support their wives and be respected. You don't have to be the quarterback to play the game at an elite level. Emhoff and his breed of dudes who are giving it...
Breed of dudes? Okay, is it just me or there is a constant phrasing that it makes them sound like dogs and puppies, like they are actually like, who's a good boy? Oh my god, are you the good? He's the good boy.
At their best shot may never be as come hither to lost young men as the militant Andrew Tate models of manhood, but they are out there, and not unlike good husbands, will appear when they are needed.
I actually hated that they have to bring up Andrew Tate. I hate Andrew Tate. I think he's a pretentious, unlikable prick whose ego is bigger than the universe, and there isn't too many likable things about this man, if there is any. And yet he's still popular because of these people. Because if you keep telling people that they suck and they are the worst thing happening to the world, then they will start supporting an absolute raging cunt like Andrew Tate, because he's gonna be like, you know what, maybe you're not the problem. You know? Isn't he in jail? Nope, he's out. He's cringier than ever.
Needed. From the outside looking in, the right promises young men a return to the good times of the glorious past.
Yeah, but come on, even Andrew Tate. I think, like, I will say it again, I find that guy repulsive as fuck. But he is very charismatic, and he's telling you how to face down against all the people who tells you that you're the worst, right? So many people who just want to be told that, hey, this is not true, you're not the worst thing ever, they will just watch him and they are gonna be like, you know what, there might be something about this guy. What are my thoughts on 9/11? It was tragic. Please stop asking stupid shit like that. What do you mean? It was... You buffoon. What would be my opinion? My goodness. It was a great tragedy, many good people died, and you shouldn't ask or meme or joke about it. Go suck a large unwashed dick, okay? Thank you.
Past. You know, the one your grandfather had. The Coca-Cola ad rose-tinted version of the past. Back when you can afford a house and support a family on one income. While the left, which historically, in my opinion, had the policies to make that happen, are instead trying to sell men a vision of the future. And well, the future is female.
I'm going to look through these. I must. Oh my lord. Dude, when I bleach my hair a lot, my hair looks like that too. You got a deep condition, girl. It's going to snap off, I swear to God. That's chick? I don't know, I'm concerned about her hair, man. The future's VTubers? Hell yeah. She has noodle hair? Yeah, because too much bleaching, bro. I hate that the future is female.
Yo at Marsegar, thanks for the sub gift. Shy hearts to plubbers.
I actually hate it, because these are the chicks who will be like still, hey honey, I can't open a jar of pickles, could you open it for me? Like, the future is female, but as soon as there is something that you can't do, you will ask your boyfriend. No, do it yourself. Hey!
Mel. A future where you're no longer playing the game, men. You're on the sidelines being a cheerleader. Doesn't that just sound so exciting? Like, what the hell is going on inside these DNC consultant meetings? I really gotta know. Does anyone have any ideas on how to appeal to young men? And please, for the love of God, do not say we have to offer them anything or change in any way. I got it. What? Camo hats. We did that.
What?
Vasectomy bus. We
what?
did that.
What? Chicago, your head is you provide free vasectomies and abortions. Bro, imagine it's like, oh boy, the abortion bus is here. Oh, that's so morbid. You guys say that I have a morbid sense of humor, but Jesus fucking Christ, you guys had an abortion bus. That's strange. Also, getting a vasectomy in the back of a van, that there is nothing more American than this. I feel the freedom. It's so blessed.
Have you perhaps tried nagging them? Yes, we've been doing that. Say.
Is it like the ice cream truck?
Yeah. Sort of, but, yeah. Bro, okay, if we'll go dark jokes, okay, imagine that, abortion bus, DEI hire doctors. Is he going to cut the right line in you? Is it going to be a vasectomy, or are you not pissing anymore? I don't know. Anything could happen. It's a gotcha. You have a 50-50 chance so that he will cut the right wire.
You know that whole male loneliness epidemic thing? Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Oh, yeah.
A really nice place. Have you been here before?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite spots. I
Yeah.
bring everybody here. I said I go on a lot of dates, but...
If you don't vote, why would you put a sticker onto yourself that you didn't vote? If you don't vote, then you don't go there. Therefore, you don't get any sort of stickers. And I think you don't have to disclose it, whether you voted, and like you don't even have to tell anyone. Isn't it like part of like the privacy thingy that you cannot discriminate based off of who you voted for or something?
Hey man, if you don't vote for Kamala Harris, women won't fuck you.
So you see what I mean? It's like, if you don't vote, the left will hate you. If you vote for Trump, the left will hate you. So the only way you will not be hated that much is if you vote for the left, but they will still hate you because you're a guy, but they will hate you a little bit less. So you will be in the cock chair. That's it, yeah.
Brilliant! Young men should know that if you vote for Trump, you're basically never going to get laid.
I actually disagree with this. I think if you vote for leftist people, then you will not get laid, because all those leftist chicks just want you to spend your money on them, but they will never going to ride your dick. I'm going to be honest with you, everyone would go for the hot Trump supporter, even if it's just a one night stand, and you would be in the friend zone forever and ever, and you would have to be happy for it. I couldn't care less. This is because of Oblivion. I understand.
I mean, is it...
Trump gives girls the ick. Vote Harris, get laid. I hate the word ick. I hated that it became a thing. I don't know why, but it's so descriptive. And every time someone says that this is my ick, that entire person becomes my ick. What the fuck is an ick? It's like something that skews you out. Like, I don't know, someone drools in their sleep and that's an ick, then you're just like, ugh, you know? That's an ick.
Is it incorrect? Don't think so. Trump gives girls the ick. Vote Harris, get laid.
I'm gonna be honest with you. People say that Trump gives girls the ick, but if hypothetically you could see how many times Trump banked supermodels, I don't know, man. I think you would be surprised. I'm not saying that they enjoyed it. I'm just saying that it happened.
Laid. They
are... Well, of course, because of money. Well, of course, it's not because of his handsome face and his pure soul, you know? Yeah. Of course. But we are just talking that, yeah.
They're not beating the pretending to be progressive to get laid allegations with this one. Literally just endorsing woke fishing. When men pretend to be more...
Have you been woke fished while dating? Here's how to... Wait, what? What's woke fished?
Aggressive on dating apps.
Oh, is it when boys pretend to care about your woke bullshit until you get laid and then they are just like, yeah, nah? Oh, it must be. It must be. Bro, it must be. Yeah. That's all the boys around here. Why would you pretend to be woke? You don't need to. Just say what you believe in. I honestly don't mind if someone is like, listen, I'm a leftist, or I'm a hardcore right-wing, and this is what I believe in. As long as you will let me have my opinion, and you will not call me certain slurs or names for having an opposing opinion to you, I'm perfectly fine. Like, we can still hang out, we can still, like, I have been friends with people who were, like, saying such wild-ass things politically, and I was like, you know what, we just don't have to talk about this. Otherwise, I love them. That's their opinion, their life, took certain turns that she or he thinks about things like that. That's them. I don't care. Are there any slurs for Hungarians? I think being Hungarian is a slur in itself.
helps to get laid.
Yeah.
Do not do this, by the way. Be open and honest about your opinions. And no, you cannot fix them. Also, pretty weird and like low-key sexist to imply like women are some prize for voting the correct way. Hey, and if all else fails, go after the gooner vote.
What? Oh my god!
I'm the Republican
I'm not watching that.
congressman.
Oh, la, la.
Now that we're in charge,
What?
we're banning porn nationwide.
No! Bro! They're banning my porn.
I'm sorry. I love this ad.
I can't believe that's an ad. Why? What's wrong with Americans?
They speak to men directly, and it's, hey men, the Republicans are gonna take away one of the only vices you use to numb the pain. So vote for us.
Wait, does it mean that the left will provide more corn? Because I might just vote that way then. Wait a second. Would we get back do you remember Cornhub before the purge? If we would have voted for Kamala Harris, would have we got it? Blah, blah, blah. Cornhub, uncensored. Would we got it back? Because you know, then that would have been a good point. Oh my God, there was a purge. Oh, you sweet summer child.
Bleak. Just the absolute state of the world right now. Also, was that Germa? Believe it or not, this wasn't the worst of it.
I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm a man, man. And I'm man enough.
I'm man enough to enjoy a barrel-proof bourbon.
Neat. Man enough to cook my steak rare.
Bro, no one sits like that. Literally no one sits like that. You look uncomfortable. What's in your ass? Oh my God, what's in your ass? Why are you sitting like that?
You think I'm afraid to rebuild a carburetor? I eat carburetors for breakfast.
I'll tell you another thing I sure as shit am not afraid of. Women.
Well, then you're just wrong. You should always be scared of women. Because we are scary and we bite.
First saw this, I thought it was a parody created by...
Yeah, talk for yourself, buddy. I don't mean to be like that, but I'm terrified of women. The worst thing she can say no, I don't think so.
Republicans to make fun of how hard the Democratic Party is trying to pander to men to get their vote. But alas.
I love women.
I love how they got the least natural actors. I'm not saying that these guys are not men, but like if someone says it to me like I'm a man, I'm a manly man, and I love women, I kind of don't believe him. I kind of don't. Why he has his crossed legs? Because they said that Kamala Harris will kick him in the balls if he will not say this. Like, you can't see it, but they actually have someone who's ready to kick him in the balls.
I love
also the butt plug.
Women who support their families.
Women who decide not to have families.
Women who take charge.
And I'm man enough to help them win.
Women who take charge, and I'm man enough to help them win. Oh, I know what they mean. It's just, it's phrased so badly. It's phrased so, it sounds so humiliating. It feels patronizing. That's what it feels like. I like women who take charge, and I'm man enough to have them win.
Everything from them directed towards men has to have like this...
Women can't win without men's support. Oh my God. Well, I mean... Wait, hold up. Whoa. You can't say that? That's not what we meant? No? Hold up. No? wait, that's not what we meant. No, arrest that guy. Straight to jail. Right now. No, arrest that guy. Straight into the masturbatorium.
Tone of irony or self-deprecation. They can't even do it sincerely. But apparently, white men aren't the only demographic Kamala is struggling with.
This is the Democratic margin among black...
I miss Obama. I miss him dearly. I don't know jack shit about American politics, but I love that man. He was amazing.
Men under the age of 45 in presidential elections. You go back to November.
Biden was so forgettable. I'm gonna be honest with you. He was like just a blink. I remember the memes, which was like him basically rambling about something random, but that's it. Yeah, sleepy Biden. I hope that he has a very nice, well-rested retirement with like big titty bitches who serve him cocktail or whatever he's into.
Of 2012, what do you see? You see Obama by 81. Clinton only won him by 63. Then we're all the way down to Biden last time around by 53. A tremendous drop already. And then you take a look at the average of the most recent polls, and Kamala Harris is up by only 41 points.
I respected that Biden threw Harris into this entire thing. I heard that, you know, because they wanted to boot out Biden, right? Because he was a little bit like not performing how he was supposed to, and he was like, oh yeah, I'm stepping down. I would like to promote my biggest homie Harris, and everyone was like, wait, this is not what we wanted. And it's like, oh yeah, anyways. Yeah, he was a little bit out there. I mean, the man is so old. How old is Biden? I will never I understand that you don't want to let like 20-year-olds run for like presidency, but bro, does it have to start when you turn like 69 years old? 80? Bitch, like the biggest population who is voting for you, like the people like 20 to 30-year-olds, that man already lived twice as much as you lived. That's absolutely not. He's only 35. Yeah, of course.
Democrats deployed.
You can run at 35. When was the last time that you guys had a president who wasn't like, you know, I guess it was Obama. Obama was like relatively young when he first ran. How old was he when he... Yeah, because like even Hillary is like old as fuck, with all due respect. Obama age first election. He was 47, right? Oh my god, Trump is 70. Why do these bitches not want to just retire and eat sushi off of like a hot Japanese girl's body? Why? Ugh, I will never understand.
Their ultimate weapon, Barack Obama. At a campaign stump for Harris on Thursday in Pittsburgh, Obama said that despite Harris raising...
J.D. Vance will be next. I would rather eat a homeless man's toenails than watch that man become a president.
Upward of $1 billion, we have yet to see the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. That lag in energy, he added, appears, quote, to be more pronounced with the brothers.
What does that mean? To be more pronounced with the brothers? What did they mean by that? Kind of based the Malayan people. I would also love to be more pronounced with the brothers. Such a strange way of phrasing it, my goodness.
You're coming up with all kinds of reasons and excuses. I've got a problem with that, he said, because part of it makes me think, and I'm speaking to men directly, part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman for president, and you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for that. Once again, their only tactic seems to be getting in a man's face and going, tisk tisk bad boy. Like a dog that just peed on the carpet. It's not 2014 anymore, Barack. Nobody cares about sexism, motherfucker. We can't afford groceries. What's crazy is, as far as
tisk tisk bad boys,
as I know, Kamala herself has never played the woman card. She has never played the sexism card. In fact, she actively pushes against it.
You've been reluctant to lean into, to talk about the historic nature of your candidacy on the campaign.
That's true. I respect that about Kamala Harris, that she never got like emotional or like pulled a I'm a woman and women can do it. The force is female. Slay. Like she wasn't like that. I hate that when people are like that.
Campaign trail. Why is that?
Well, I'm clearly a woman. I don't need to point that out to anyone.
listen, I don't want to be like that, but like people who would be like, oh, but like the mood swings. This woman must be already in menopause, okay? She's fine. She's been there, done that. She's stable now.
The point that most people really care about is, can you do the job? And do you have a plan?
She's like 70. She is? She looks amazing for 70. My goodness. You just spared her from a bunch of wrinkles.
To actually focus on them.
I was proud. It's like they finally learned from Hillary Clinton's failure. But that didn't stop the media or Barack Obama from doing it for her.
She is 60. Bro, she still looks amazing for 60. Okay? I thought that she was like, I don't know, 50 something. I don't know shit, but she looks good. She looks good. Listen. I would have hagmaxed her. Okay, she looks good.
Thanks, Obama. For all the Zoomers, Thanks Obama was a meme in like 2008.
Thanks, Obama.
It was funny back then. That would have slapped. While I was writing this video, Kamala and Gretchen Whitmer were
Kamala was a hottie when she was young. I'm gonna Google that later.
Getting ready to film.
She's almost as old as me. No, I'm a bit older.
Film a video at a bar together when Kamala was apparently caught on hot mic saying this.
It says this. I can't hear saying. We wanna improve the ground game among men.
Yeah. Oh, we have microphones in here.
We have microphones in here listening to everything. Oh, was it a secret plan? Girly pops sipping on the beer, gossiping about the plan. Is like, dun dun dun.
Listening to everything. I didn't realize that. Okay.
Oopsie.
So, you'll bleep my F words. We just told all the family secrets.
That's so awkward. Jesus Christ. That's very awkward. She actually, like, it's not much of a secret, but she actually meant it as a secret that, hey, listen, we have to improve the men because the men are not voting for me.
Shit. We need to move ground with men. No. So what we're gonna do is pretend to drink beer at a bar. Men like beer, right?
Cheers.
Cheers. Just talk.
I know that men are simple, but maybe they are just not this much simple. Like, you guys are simple, right? Like, you can live in a completely barren room as long as you have a fridge, a TV, a PlayStation, or a PC, whatever. You don't even need a bed frame, just a mattress. You don't even need a pillow, just have a blanket and that's it. Like,
hello, squish, time flies so fast, prol.
That's as simple as it gets, but I'm not sure you looking at a woman drinking beer is something that would sway your vote. But I am complex. Of course you are, Pookie. Of course you are.
About policy, just be yourself. Just listen to men and what they want. Kamala, all you gotta do is talk. Actually, no, now that I think about it, that might make it worse. Put Tim Walz out there, okay? Let Tim Walz do the talking. Don't dress him up as a man.
What if they would have dressed up Tim Walz as a fanboy maid? Maybe that would have swung some votes. If he would have shown some ankles.
You want to know how to speak to men? Go to where they are. A good place to speak to young men is the Joe Rogan podcast, which Kamala hinted at going on, but then that never happened.
Oh, I actually heard about this. That, because apparently I don't watch Joe Rogan, but I heard that many people like him because he's cool. And I think Trump went on the Joe Rogan podcast because someone was mentioning it to him that he should go, and it was good. And he invited Kamala as well, but Kamala had like some crazy requirements. Like, apparently Joe and his crew would have had to go to a place that would have looked like Joe's place, but it would have been just a replica, and then just Kamala would have shown up, and it would have been just a limited time with certain questions. And meanwhile they invited Trump, and it was just like very YOLO or something. And then they just didn't happen, right? It would have been a little bit more forced with Kamala, and it just didn't happen, and it was like an F's in the chat.
And instead, Trump went on, and that episode hit like 20 million views in a day. But like, can you blame her? Joe Rogan is just one of the most popular podcasts in the world with a majority young male audience. I hate it here. Every time this topic comes up, so does the topic of like Andrew Tate, Jordan.
She wanted a list of questions beforehand. Yeah. I don't know why she would have been scared. Because why would you want to screen the questions unless you're scared of a certain question coming up? Like, she probably wanted to control the entire interview so that it's in a certain light, right? She wasn't scared, but she wanted to present a certain thing. And she didn't get the certainty, and that's why she didn't. She needed the manuscript. The manuscript? What do you mean? I don't know. I wonder if there were like someone in her team who was like, dude, we don't do this organically. You shouldn't do it. I feel like it was a mistake. Although if she would have said something brutal in Monka, it would have been a bigger mistake. So maybe this was the smaller L to take. Joe Rogan is a conspiracy theorist and you can't win with stupid. He would just swamp her with dumb shit. As long as he doesn't say that she would turn the frogs gay, I would believe in him. But as soon the frogs come out, like, nah.
Peterson, internet algorithms.
He might. Ooh, I hope so.
Gamergate, whatever.
There is a massive amount of...
Oh no. It's my favorite streamer. It's my current favorite streamer. Gotta love that man. Yeah. Yeah. Oh boy. He's a cup of tea. Definitely. He's a cup of tea. Mr. Hassan. Yeah, he's a cup of tea.
Of right-wing radicalization that has been occurring, especially in younger male spaces, any hobbies whatsoever, whether it's playing video games, whether it's working out.
This man was sponsored by Assassin's Creed Shadows. That's all you have to know about this. Nothing more and nothing less. He was playing the game, he got 70k USD for it, and he was like, yes, very good. Thumbs up.
Whether it's, I don't know, listening to like a history podcast or whatever.
How much? Oh yeah, you didn't know? They leaked how much Assassin's Creed was sponsoring people, and they estimated that Hassan got like 70,000 USD. Yeah, it's pocket money for him. He must be a gajillionaire at this point.
Everything that they see is right-wing sentiment being expressed by individuals that they find charismatic.
But you can only blame internet algorithms for so much for so...
Yeah, but listen, all you have to do is go on stream, watch propaganda videos, say it that the Houthi pirates are just like Luffy from One Piece, and then Assassin's Creed Shadow will be like, you know what, here is $70,000 Renos. Would you say some kind words about our game? And he will be like, yes, of course, this is very nice. And you will play it a little and boom, money.
Along. This automatic assumption that any dissent from liberal mainstream thought could only be caused by manipulation or brainwashing from podcasters is honestly a cope, in my opinion, and just an easy excuse for failing to reach anyone beyond your own subreddit. As if this all wasn't the result of like a stagnant neoliberal corpo hell world that created a vacuum that was just waiting to be filled with any kind of populism. The crazy thing is, the Democratic Party did have a candidate who successfully spoke to the demographic that they are currently trying so hard to reach.
Is it Bernie? Is it Bernie? I love Bernie. Bernie is such a sweetheart. Dude, I remember that one video when even the bird landed on him. I was like, oh my god. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And if I believe I'm right, I may not be, but I heard that the Democratic Party started to kind of bury Bernie. Like they didn't want him to win because they didn't... Like Bernie was a left wing, but he's not a left wing, right? Like he's not a, we hate man, la 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 la. But like he's a left wing, right? He's a little bit more retro. Yeah, he wasn't left enough, so they didn't want it, and I think that was a bad call. I think you should have let him run, because he had the momentum.
Reach. His name was Bernie Sanders. And every time he did speak to that demographic, or say he was concerned that the Democratic Party didn't do enough to speak to...
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know for 100% what all of his plans were, But whenever I watched the Bernie video, I was like, oh my god. So true, bestie. So true. Like, I am not American, but I would have voted for this man. I would have much rather vote for Bernie than I would have voted for Trump.
To that demographic, he was called a sexist, a racist, he was backstabbed multiple times.
He's a bit old. Well, bless his heart. He was like trying to get into the spotlight for a very long time now.
And cheated out of winning the Democratic primaries.
True.
His fans were called Bernie bros and constantly berated as sexists and misogynists. His campaign was too white.
Wait, that's illegal. You cannot call the leftist boys sexist and misogynist. That's like friendly fire. What?
And too male. And this apparently was a top priority to remedy in future campaigns. We were told he was just like Trump and, quote, appealed to angry white men.
But isn't that what they wanted? Like, don't get me wrong, but you could have absolutely pulled a sort of like an NFT situation that you get Bernie in and then you just like change his policy. You know, like, but you already got the white man voting for him and your party won, and you will just tune his ideas to however you want it. Man. I mean, it would have been better than letting Biden win.
Well, who's trying to appeal to angry white men now, bitch? It's almost like Bernie's hyper-focus on working class issues, bread and butter issues, and populism was naturally attractive.
What if white men weren't angry? What if they were just chilling? What if they were chill guys? Did they just assume the mood you were in? What the fuck?
To men, no football or beer required. I miss him. And you know what? Maybe this shift with young men has less to do with who's holding the football and more of what happens when the DNC spends all their time and energy trashing the little bit of populism in their movement. And if you ask me, handing conservatives a monopoly on anti-establishment rhetoric on a silver platter was probably their first mistake. They kind of gave up on that bread and butter New Deal stuff for identity politics, and if you didn't...
They gave up on the bread and butter because your economy is so bad that you can't afford it anymore. That's why. I'm sorry, lads.
Deny this, you are either lying or coping. The physical manifestation of the left has gone from the vision of the blue-collar union worker to a nagging, scolding fat woman with blue hair, barging into everyone's spaces and culturally colonizing them.
Oh my god, that's my favorite. I especially love it when they touch a video game that I like, and then that's how you get The Last of Us 2 and whatnot, which never happened. Unfortunately, I always say that The Last of Us would have had a second game, it would have been amazing, but unfortunately it never happened. They cancelled it. It would have been great.
Change this, change that. I don't like this, I don't like that. It's just incredible for me to witness years of anti-male rhetoric finally come back to bite the left and Democrats in the ass. Watching these chickens come home to roost has just been both incredibly depressing and deliciously vindicating to me in a sick way, and I'm not sure if I should lend out a helping hand or Mufasa them off this fucking cliff. Some Democrats are nervous the party was too late to realize the problem. These Democrats worry that the party has focused too much on courting women voters, LGBTQ voters, and culturally progressive.
Oh gee, you think? My goodness, no way. No, I don't think so.
Voters, alienating too many men in the process. There's a recognition that we're losing men, and the things we're doing around men haven't been working.
Wait, do you think that that's when they realized that? I know that like those people, the women and LGBT voters might be louder, but like there is still more men than actual like LGBT people. Like that's according to the statistics, still a lower percentage of the population, and they were like, oh shit. The math ain't matting.
I think a lot of it is a reaction to social progressivism done the wrong way, says David Hogg. Young men, he says, feel like progressives look down on them for saying the wrong thing, even when it's a mistake. That discomfort is enough to drive them away from the Democratic Party, even if they don't necessarily agree with Republicans.
See, this is exactly what I said. Like, I truly believe that there were so many people voted for Trump who was like, I don't like Trump. but I just really don't want to be called certain things and be oppressed by the other party. And they were like, you know what? I am in 2 losing situations. I will take the smaller F.
They would rather be around someone they don't agree with who doesn't judge them than somebody they do agree with who judges them constantly. Men aren't moving right because they are choosing fascism. They are moving right because the left made them the villains in their anime fan fiction. It's not that they all like Trump. It's that they all hate you, and no amount of camo hats is going to fix that. But do not get it twisted. I do not in any way, shape, or form believe the GOP is going to help men. I don't think they're going to help anyone. Except maybe Israel. Do I think all of the left is some hyper woke fat lady wagging her finger in men's faces like no fun allowed? No. If I did, I wouldn't call myself left-wing. I'm not a Democrat, I'm a registered independent. But the Democratic Party is historically better on policy, and despite their messaging,
I still have hope for change. We should have gotten back Obama. He could have bring it back.
Even when it comes to helping men. Healthcare, higher wages, paid family leave, labor protection, social security, things Republicans have always fought against. And I think that's why this is extra frustrating to me.
It was awful. Bruh, don't say that. Are you saying that Biden was better than Obama? I don't know. And don't get me wrong, I wouldn't say that he was the bestest thing ever. I'm just saying that after him, we only got worse. Because if you say that Obama was bad, then you're saying that Biden and Trump was better. You know? Scoot, do you want Obamacare back? No, I'm European. We have proper healthcare. I'm sorry.
I don't say this with any love for the Republican Party. In fact, if anything, I say it with love for the Democratic Party. I fucking hate them, but deep down, I wish they could be better. I'm doing this for your own good. Shh. Go sleep, shh. Go.
This is American healthcare. To go to sleep. It's okay. Shh. It's okay.
Go sleep, I love you, go to sleep. Shh. I just hope that whether Kamala wins or loses, the party can take a step back and...
It's EP time. You will wake up, Harambe will be still alive, everything will be alright, World of Warcraft just launched a burning crusade, we are vibing, we are chilling, you have a long weekend, oh, it's going to be amazing.
Evaluate what they're doing wrong. Because I don't think the Democratic Party should be the party for the gays and women. I think the Democratic Party should be the party for everyone, including angry white men. So in your opinion, what could the Democratic Party do to win back young men? Can they do anything? Are they fucked? To me, it might take decades of work to fix the culture, the rot that infests the progressive ideology. It is going to take a lot of work to fix, but I think it's worth it, not just for the Democratic Party's sake, but just for society's sake. If you like this video, please...
Do you think that it will be fixed? Do you think that we have a chance for returning the pendulum back to the we want to eat the rich instead of the hating each other thing? Nah, shit's fucked. It will take a long time. I wonder what it would take to finally, like, I don't know, I guess focus all this anger onto the right things? Question mark? Nah, never, doubtful. 50 years, it always happens eventually. A full reset. Oh no, are we going back to the dinosaurs again? A call? I thought we already had COVID. Was that not the call? Didn't like a bunch of people died? Do you want COVID too? The return of the Ligma? I'm not sure if I'm ready for it, man. Do you remember when we couldn't buy toilet paper? Those were tough times.
Please consider donating to my Patreon, link down below. No, it really helps the channel out, and I appreciate it so much. Also, thank you for 2 million subscribers. That's insane. And I will see you guys with a new video soon. Bye!
More. Lean! Lean!
Let me be in charge of the DNC for a day, Nancy Pelosi. I am very normal and can be trusted with that amount of power.
Bark! Bark, 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 bark. Bark, 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 bark. He was like, I like the video, but bark, 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 bark. Bark, 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 bark. Infinite bark words.